Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of Immigration Talk with myself, immigration lawyer John Khosravi, and my wonderful associate, Anya Sergeyeva. Good to see you, Anya.
Hi, John. How you've been doing?
I've been doing good. We've been busy with a lot of work, and the immigration system doesn't let us get a second of rest. Today, we got a bunch of newsworthy stuff we got to talk about. It's going to affect a lot of people. It includes a USCIS policy manual update on expedite requests, a STEM OPT update, update with Russian nationals applying for visas. That's a big change. And I-864 affidavit support. The amounts are going up. So we're going to briefly talk about all of these, and so you know what's going on. And not you, obviously, but the viewers know what's going on. So it's a start. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe wherever you're watching this, and share this video. And check out the YouTube pages and the Instagram page for JQK Law Firm. A lot of clips of all this information that gets straight to the point. But let's start with Expedite. So we get this all the time. And, January 2022, when this is being recorded, has been, Expedite month for marriage green card cases. We've had a ton of videos and articles about expediting. But, I guess USCIS thought it was Expedite month as well, where they updated the language in the policy manual. USCIS has guidance. That's the Immigration Department of the United States, but it has guidance for internally within the United States how their employees should do stuff. And they made some changes, and the changes aren't that drastic. There's not real changes, but they gave examples of ways you can expedite cases. And these are things we've been using, but it helps people, especially if you're doing it on your own, get a better idea of what's going on. A few notable things were about the humanitarian reason, which could be if you file something which has confidential information on it, that could potentially get out and hurt you. That's something that could cause you to expedite it. And we recently had a case where we expedited where a person was married to a person overseas. That person overseas changed their religion to be able to get married. But in the culture they're in, changing their religion, and especially to the religion that they changed to, was the kiss of death. I mean, they kill them essentially for something like that if they found out. So we said, listen, we got to get this in. At this point, it's becoming public knowledge because we filed something. Who knows who gets it, who sees it? Please expedite. And they're able to expedite in various formats with both USCIS and to get their interview at the embassy faster and get their visa in an embassy where people are taking over 2 years. And another example they gave about expedites was about employment. If you need to get your EAD or work permit faster, and one of the reasons is you need to do travel for it, like international travel, they consider that an important reason for expediting. Now, you may have the best reason possible, but it doesn't mean they're going to approve it. But it's worth a shot. I'll leave it at that. Just check out all our other videos on our website where we have a lot of information about expedites, and you go to uscis.gov itself to check it out. So that was a quick overview on that topic. But I want to jump forward to STEM OPT. Anna, could you first explain what STEM is so viewers know, and what OPT is as well?
STEM is it's the abbreviation, right, for math, science. What else is there? Like all this hard,
hard math. You say science, technology, engineering, and math. Yeah.
Right, correct. So students who study in these fields, right, they can request up to 24 months extension of their OPT, which is after they're done with their studies. Right, they can get special permission from U.S. government that they can work in their field in the United States to get some practical experience.
Yeah.
For everyone else, it's 1 year. For STEM disciplines, these students, they can request extension up to 24 months. So
it's an additional on top of that 1 year, they can stay longer. Yeah, it's almost 3 years of staying here. Right. Yeah,
exactly. Almost 3 years staying here. And just recently, White House announced that they want to bring more talented people in the United States in the STEM fields, because this is like the basic of growing economy, right? They want to do it by including that they want to bring more students, and they want more students to stay in the United States, right, and work for the benefit of the country. Mm-hmm. They also updated NIW policy, which is national interest waiver, in this regard as well, and what concerns O1 visas. too.
Yeah.
So briefly, to go over it, they added like, I believe, 22 new codes for the in this like STEM OPT chart, right? That these people potentially can qualify for this 24 months OPT extension. So this is very good news.
Mhm.
Again, a lot of people will benefit from this, and apparently American society, American economy will benefit from this as well. Um,
Definitely. So these are majors where if you're studying in certain fields before they couldn't apply for STEM, so you get the only 1 year, but they broadened it out. And what's important about STEM is, obviously you get more time, so you have more work experience and you get to know employers, and it gives more opportunity to file for an H-1B potentially, or just straight go to perm and do the green card application through an employer. Sometimes these processes take a while. You need to be in the U.S. lawfully. It gives you the opportunity to do that. And again, these are for F1 students, not for J1s or something like that. But people doing this need to be mindful of this, that if you're going to go from regular OPT to STEM, the STEM extension OPT requires that the employers participate in a program called E-Verify, which is they put your social security number in the system and they go through the electronic systems to confirm with the government that you're really authorized to work. For regular OPT, the employer doesn't have to be E-Verify, but for STEM, they do. You don't want to get a job all of a sudden and realize you can't do it. And along with that planning is make sure you did your I-20 properly and your submissions properly, to not make some mistakes or lose out on the chance to participate in STEM. I've seen that happen. But these are great for adding people in tech fields, particularly when you talk about the O1 and the NIW increase, new guidance that they give. NIW is a national interest waiver for getting a green card without going through all the hoops. And the O1 is a non-immigrant visa. Typically, a lot of people in extraordinary ability do it in the arts, for example, but it applies to everybody. They expanded it to make it more palatable, more easier and understandable for USCIS adjudicators to be able to approve these kind of cases, because we're really focusing on STEM. If the population is decreasing dramatically in the United States, people are not having kids. We thought we'd have a bunch of kids with COVID. People are at home, but it didn't happen. We really need to replenish, and this is a great way to do it.
Right, and I just want to go really fast over the new fields of studies that
Yeah.
were included in like STEM OPT list, right? It's, for example, like forestry, general, right? Financial analytics, data analytics, like geobiology, environmental geosciences, like mathematical economics, general data science, business analytics. So some of them are pretty much like on the border, between like business and STEM, but they decided to include it. And again, these are very good news, and a lot of people will be affected by that. A lot of people will get great opportunities from this extension of policy extension.
And kind of continuing along with this student visa theme, it's kind of a positive and a negative, sad and a happy thing. It's just the situation in Russia with the closure of U.S. consular processing to a large extent, and the announcement by the Department of State that they'll let students, Russian students in particular, go to other embassies for processing. Could you talk about that?
Right. So we just received an update, like literally like a couple days ago, from the Department of State. For those who's not aware, embassy in Moscow like practically closed. Right, they don't almost do any kinds of services. They have very limited services for U.S. citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And Warsaw was designated as the processing post for Russian citizens. Now, Department of State added to that applicants who reside in Russia, and if they want to apply for M, F, or J visas, which are all student visas, they can do so through like Mission Kazakhstan, which is either Almaty or Nur Sultan. They can also apply through Belgrade, which is Serbia, and Yerevan, Armenia. So these are three new posts that Russian applicants can potentially get their student visas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be so much easier because obviously United States Embassy in Warsaw is have too many people there, because Russian citizens get their immigrant visas there, citizens from Belarus, right, and Polish citizens too. So three countries already there. And I think that they wanted just to get get it easy on embassy in Warsaw. So they decided that students can apply in different countries.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, and this policy, they specifically say that Russian-based FM and J applicants, they still apply in different posts, not just these 4 posts, but different posts if they are physically located, for example, in some other third country. So
Yeah.
there are no limits on that. It's called third country national visa processing.
Yeah, typically for non-immigrant visas, you could go anywhere, but when they designate it, it means they're going to be more ready to go with the numbers. I mean, there's issues involved. One is if you did go to Warsaw, Poland, you might need an EU visa or visa for Poland, so that becomes a headache to get. On the positive side, Kazakhstan and those countries that probably don't need a visa. But we have a semi-revolution going on in Kazakhstan, so I'm not sure if you want to go there or how long that embassy is going to be open. We deal with the U.S. Embassy in Armenia a lot. They're pretty busy, so getting an appointment there may be difficult. They might be easier, the Russians, than the Iranian cases we do there that have difficulty getting appointments. And Serbia it's a small embassy, so it's good, but it's not that much better. And they all have their own problems with travel and costs and revolutions happening and what's happening. Unfortunately, I hate to laugh. It's just so out of this world what's going on. But yeah, people gotta be prepared for this kind of stuff.
But as time show, for example, during pandemic, Department of State kind of tried to prioritize students,
Yeah.
and when we're not issuing visas, for example, for fiancés, right, which is K1 visa, they were still issuing visas for students.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
again, business, they want to bring international students from overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
These
these
universities
cases
have a lot of influence. They're pushing Congress like, hey, you can't shut this down because the American universities make billions of dollars off this. So it's really important to keep it going.
correct. Yeah. And my understanding is that applicants from Russia, if they apply in these 3 consular posts, they will have more chances of getting approved if they're gonna go to some other third country.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the point. Because COVID, even though you could technically go to other countries, a lot of countries are like, we're just not interviewing people from other countries. Like for Turkey, for example, for a year and a half, they're saying we're only interviewing green card cases or people that are citizens or of residents of Turkey, even though Iranians and many time Iraqis could go there and process as well. So because of COVID, all the rules are thrown out the window, and every embassy is making up their own rules. But here, they said embassies should do this. So it opens up that opportunity because a lot of Russian nationals want to come and study here, and they've been held back because of it and postponing their lives. To take from there to another annoying part is the I-864. This is the affidavit support of where you're doing a family case to show that the U.S. person that did the I-130 petition or their joint sponsor could financially support the foreign national or their family. And so every year this gets updated how much the amount is. And the Department of Health and Human Services, I believe, just updated it, and they announced what the rates are. USCIS has not updated its chart, even though the new numbers should go into effect. We don't know when the MCs and USCIS are actually going to jump into it, but it's higher. I mean, now, and if you talk about that, you reviewed the announcement briefly.
Yes, new guidelines are, I believe, since January 12th, they're effective of 2022. And I would not say that numbers went up significantly, but they went up. So for example, previous guidelines for 2 people, 100% of priority guidelines. And again, 100% it's, for example, for non-immigrant visas, if it's the K1.
Yeah, fiance,
right.
Yeah.
And 125%, it's for those who are just in status in the United States or who are coming to the United States via immigrant visas. Okay. So I'm going to talk about 100% of priority guidelines, just to be clear now, because again, they didn't do the math yet. They just announced what is like 100% now. So for example, previous guidelines for 2 people, they wanted to see like $17,420. Now, it's $18,310. So the difference obviously is like less than 1,000. Okay. For 3 people, it used to be $21,960. Now it's going to be for 3 people, $23,030. So again, the difference is a bit more than $1,000. And the more it gets, the more people you need to sponsor, the difference gets bigger.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of that. And when you're going to be calculating the number of your family members, and that correlates to this number, so you need to make sure that you're using um, the new parity guidelines of
And
2022, not the
yeah,
2021.
this affects if you're doing it based on income and how much money you're making, but also if you're using asset based, the amount of savings or the value of your assets that you're using are all going to go up. How much it should be, so it has big consequences because there are always multiples and multiples of this. So even 1,000 increase becomes $3,000 more in assets potentially, or 5,000. So it's something to be mindful of. But these are some really big news. It's going to affect a lot of people. So I'm glad we were able to get this out on you. Thank you so much for researching this and including it in the program.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, spread the good word through your friends, and see you next week.
Thank you, Anya. Definitely see you all again. We'll be back next week and catch the Q&A live we have every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, where I take your questions live on air on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. Until next one, God bless. Be safe.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for watching this educational program. To get the latest videos, click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon. Also, help us help the immigrant community by liking this video and sharing it with your family and friends. You can also find us on other social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter, where you find the latest updates on immigration news, policy changes, and tips. Be safe and God bless. See you soon.